Hello, this is TeutonicDIY again, and this is part 2 of the introduction to DIY or do-it-yourself. And click on the link for part 1 if you haven't already watched it. Now, before you start your DIY account, it might be helpful to create sort of a list of restrictions you want to place on your DIYer, because there are many areas of DIY which don't really have a general consensus. For example, group dungeoneering is not really doing it yourself. So a lot of DIYers decide not to do that and put that in their list of restrictions. And other things that are not really generally agreed upon are like mini games with multiple people, that are sort of in teams helping each other out. Stuff like that is not really doing it yourself. And other people just skip mini games and distractions and diversions entirely. Others place restrictions upon them, and also some people even restrict like NPC shop trades and stuff like that. Also, before you create your DIY account, you might want to consider getting the necessary monies for membership, because for DIY accounts it's about 100 times more fun to be a member than in free-to-play, as compared to like a regular Runescape account where it's only about 10 times more fun. And although you can do it as free-to-play, it's like I said, it's not fun at all compared to members. So to create a DIY account, you basically do anything that you would do for a regular Runescape account. First, you get an email. If you don't have one, then you can use Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail to create a free account. And here I'm showing you going into Yahoo, clicking the mail button, and then you click the create an account and fill out this form, and you've got your email account. And then after that, you go to the Runescape website, click play now, and then sign in and fill out that form and start your account. And once you've started your account and gotten your name and character all kitted out, then you can start playing as a DIYer. Now, right now there's no tutorial as far as I can tell, and they might reintroduce that. But if there is a tutorial, you can just do it, and it's really easy to do. It's just follow the instructions. Very easy. And once you've done that tutorial, there's a bunch of things you can do as a DIYer. You can basically do anything you would do on a regular Runescape account as a DIYer, because trade isn't really necessary for most things. Now, there are 2 exceptions that DIYers make for the no trading rule, and that is the Shield of Arab quest and the Heroes quest. And the reason that most DIYers do this is because it unlocks a ton of content, and it's not really, doesn't really make sense to just to not trade for those quests, since you can't really do them without trading, and it does have a lot of content. Also, another good thing I recommend to do is quests in general, because they give a lot of XP, and you can get a ton of levels just doing the quests. Like, a lot of people start off doing the waterfall quest to get a bunch of XP and attack, and also the Vampire Slayer and the Tree Gnome Village quests also give more attack and strength XP. And Dragon Slayer also gives more if you use melee. So a bunch of good quests to start out with, will give you, a lot of XP to get you started, so you don't have to, no life it with the steel skimmy and stuff like that. Although you can do it that way too, it's pretty fast. Another good quest to do is the Knight Sword quest, and you can get from 1 to 29 smithing in one quest, and that's a really quick quest. For the iron bars for that, you would consider killing corpse torsos for that. It's like have an uncommon drop for iron bars. Or you could just get 15 smithing and smith them yourself. Either way. As for the rules for DIYers, they're really self-regulated, so you could break the rules and buy an Abyssal whip or something, but then that's really just going to hurt you in the end, because it takes the fun out of, going to 85 Slayer and getting it yourself, and it's much more of an accomplishment doing it yourself, of course. Or like buying Runescape on the GE instead of just going with the Rune Short, which is basically almost the same thing, just a little bit less strength bonus. It's things like that make it harder to be a DIYer. So if you're good at cut corners and do that, then you might as well not have a DIYer at all. Thank you for listening to this broadcast, and like or subscribe for more videos like this.